So the premise of the show is not to talk about how much we partied, because we don't know how much we did. We're lucky to still be here,
That never happened.
allegedly.
It was a very formative time, for sure. Certainly for me.
That's when I was in the band out of West Seattle called Mistrust.
Oh, yes. Because we were practicing next to you.
Yes.
And then things went like this. And then
people are just starting to like jump up on the stage. And I remember one point, Andy's like, "Get out of my face." And he just pushes this girl off the stage. And she goes flying into the crowd, and people catch her.
we'd been going to parties, especially at
Oh,
his
yeah.
house in West Seattle forever.
We
The
used
one
to-
on 35th, Daytona.
Yeah, that was the house that I lived with my roommate, Jerry Whitlow. And I said, "Hey, can we have a party?" It was like Saturday afternoon. He was like, "Yeah." How many people are going to come? I go, "Oh, maybe
I said-
20, 30 people, maybe." He goes, "Yeah." I go, "Maybe we should visqueen the whole house."
These were referred to as the Visqueen parties.
So we literally put down black visqueen on everything in the house. And literally like 150 people showed up. And it was a melee. The cops kicked everybody out.
multiple times.
And as everybody was leaving, I go, "Just go into the backyard." Yeah, go into the backyard and be super quiet. So
That was something about playing with Andy. It was just this feeling that, wow, that
we either opened up for Green River or the very first carnation of Mother Love Bone,
Oh, geez.
and a massive fight happened.
Of course.
And we go running out of the club. I mean, it was like a full-on melee. And my girlfriend, Karen Mason, rolls up in her Camaro. "Get in!" She's like this hot blonde bombshell in this wicked Corvette. We're super glad to meet her. And let's get out of here. But yeah, Guerrilla Gardens, man.
You guys are already on stage starting the first song. And I don't know how he planned it. He maybe have called from a phone booth. Then he must have jumped in a cab. Yeah, the guys are on stage doing the intro. I was standing in the middle of the crowd at the Central, and everybody was like, "Andy's here." And I turned around. He jumped out of a taxi cab with a feather boa on, the big white hat, the sunglasses, and came sashaying through the crowd and jumped on stage. And I'm like, that fucking guy is badass.
Remember we play those gigs and we get done, play the Mason Jar down in
Back in the van.
fucking Arizona. We get back in the van at like 1:30, and then we had to be in Oklahoma in like a day and a half, and you got to drive like literally 12 hours, and you got, 7, 8 guys in a van. I remember we finally outlawed smoking in the van, because remember when we first took off, everybody was smoking cigarettes.
Yes.
Our first tour run down through Sacramento, and I don't know whose idea was we need a roof vent on the van. And I'm like, we'll stop it at this guy's house that we know in Sacramento, cut a hole in the roof, I'll install a roof vent, and then we can all smoke and not smoke each other out. So literally a couple hours later, we finally get to a Motel 6 that we're going to stay at, and we drive through the underpass and just rip the thing right off the fucking van. You remember that?